Well, it's happened again. Here you are, running all the way to the next objective with another squad mate in tow. You look down and realise that your stamina's drained. Suddenly, an eruption of machine gun fire fills your ears. Your squad mate goes down, your sight becomes blurred, and you quickly go prone and return fire. Spraying, the horrid mix of suppression and exhaustion, makes your aim impossible. Suddenly, after what feels like minutes, it all stops. After what was an intense but awkward exchange, your squad's marksman pulls through and eliminates the enemy. You think to yourself, geez, I wish my gun wasn't shaking like a dog shitting razor blades. Hi there, squaddies. My name's Saber, and I've been playing Squad for about 8 years now, with a little over 1700 hours of playtime. Today, I want to discuss weapon deployment in Squad. It's been about 6 years since the implementation of working bipods in Squad. Although wonky at the best of times, bipods have proven their worth time and time again. Initially, it made the machine gun role in Squad exceedingly powerful, and over time, with many adjustments, they're now in a fairly reasonable state, depending on who you ask. Recently, there's been chatter amongst the community, especially since the infantry combat overhaul, about wanting to expand the bipod system beyond the machine gun, marksman, and sniper rifle roles. But how can this be done? Surely not every class in Squad can have a bipod on their weapon, right? Well, of course not. That just doesn't make sense. What if I told you that alongside bipods, everyone had the ability to rest their weapons? Weapon resting is the idea that your soldier will use the environment, like the corner of buildings, tops of fences, or even just the ground, to steady their weapon in a difficult or tight engagement. Some may say, well, putting weapon resting in the game is just going to take away the uniqueness of the bipod. That's just going to be lame. I mean, how cool would it be just to be able to rest your rifle against a corner or a handgun on top of a low-walled fence? And actually, fun little fact, did you know that other than the machine gun and marksman roles, the only other class that features a bipod in Squad is the ADF and British Armed Forces squad leader roles? They've actually got little grip pods in their rifles, and not a lot of people seem to know that. Back to the topic at hand. With the implementation of weapon resting, this sparks the question, how is this going to work? Would it be similar to the bipod system where it snaps onto the surface in front of you, or would it be more of a dynamic system where if you're near the surface, the game automatically knows and just gives off a slight buff? Personally, in good old Squad fashion, I'd like to see it implemented by snapping to the nearest surface. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but similarly to the Call of Duty Modern Warfare weapon resting system, I found that in those games that system was just very fluid and added an extra depth of immersion. Not only do I think we need this, but I also believe that bipods need some refreshing. One idea that actually had come to mind while I was writing this script was being able to actually ready up your bipod, making it combat ready in a pinch. Why? Well, think of it like this. With firefights in Squad, every second counts, and getting your machine gun up and running as soon as possible can really make a huge difference between winning and losing a firefight. A feature that enables the possibility to ready your weapon faster would be beneficial to those players. And actually, if you want an example of this, you can play Armory Forger. They have a similar system that I'm referring to where you're able to just deploy your bipod whenever you like. The bipod system we have now in Squad, albeit useful, definitely has some drawbacks and is something that I wanted people to discuss in this video. I'm sure we all know that bipods in Squad are useful, but like a lot of things, they're starting to show their age, and ever since the infantry combat overhaul, there have been some large cracks starting to show. From a slight misalignment of the player model to an object being what feels like 0.5 of a millimeter higher than usual, it just completely voids the bipod system in some cases, and it just becomes an absolute pain, especially in tense situations. Who knows, maybe this also shows a disparity in map design. Nonetheless, these issues have been reported numerous times and the issues still persist. How could this be resolved? Surely it's something that would take a lot of time and resources to fix. Not exactly. Like, who's to say that, okay, maybe this wall is just a fraction taller. Maybe instead of completely deploying my bipod or not even being able to deploy my bipod, I can just rest the thing on the wall without drastically increasing that height. Maybe the downside of this, I won't be able to align my sights completely. At most, why can't there be some sort of blind firing option? War is a dynamic situation, and anything that's anything is usually used to try and get an upper hand. Being limited by old coding definitely holds back the dynamic war-like feeling of Squad. How do you feel about a change like this? Why do you think something like this hasn't been added yet? I'd love to know your thoughts, so leave a comment down below. I'd also like to say a huge thank you to everyone in the last video for your wonderful contributions and comments. It was wonderful to see everyone offering their points of view and corrections, and also just the comments that were saying that this channel is underrated as hell. That really does mean the world to me, and it motivates me to push fun, insightful, meaningful, and good content to you all. So yes, thank you. I really appreciate that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.